Once again, welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. On today's video, I would like to talk about Polkadot and how it's currently performing. Therefore, I would like to start right away with taking a look at the Polkadot compared to Bitcoin chart on the 4-hourly time frame. So I already placed a Fibonacci retracement from the previous all-time high all the way towards its most current all-time low. And what you can clearly see is that from swing high towards swing low, I placed this Fibonacci retracement. I won't discuss this any further, and I will take a look at where we're currently at. You can clearly see that we saw a major uptrend during the past couple of weeks. We have seen an increase since this point in time on the 28th of July of approximately 90% compared to Bitcoin. The strength has been incredible on the Polkadot chart if you ask me, and you can clearly see that we broke the previous trend. I will show it just by placing this previous trend line. If I place it just like this, you can clearly see that we broke above this downward sloping resistance. We broke above it, and right now we are trading once again towards the upside. So what I think is very good to know is actually that we are right now getting rejected by the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level at approximately 0.006 Bitcoin. And for sure, I think this is a major stronghold of previous resistance as well. You could clearly see that this top over here was, well, getting through it, but clearly it got rejected and had a period of very difficult resistance underneath it before it broke even further down towards the downside. And what I think is even more important right now, that if we are seeing this rejection and we are starting to see a decline in this strength compared to Bitcoin, we might perhaps be heading toward the 0.382 level. So the 0.382 level, you can clearly see it got supported in the past multiple times. I think it is a major level of support and resistance. You can clearly see that just during the past couple of weeks, that also was a major level of resistance before it was able to break above it. And right now we retested the 0.5 level of Fibonacci, and we are heading towards the 0.382 level. If you ask me, that is my personal opinion. And what will possibly happen is that we will accumulate before we will head further towards the upside. So let's take a look at just two more things, and that is actually the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly time frame. And the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly time frame is very good looking to me. You can clearly see a breakout above the period of time that it served as minor resistance. During that period of time, we got supported by the 0.236 Fibonacci level very clearly. You could clearly see that we got supported by it. We got resistance by the EMA ribbon, and right now we broke above the EMA ribbon. And what I think personally is very healthy and very good to know is that we will be able to find support on top eventually. If we see this downtrend right now proceed, we might find not just only support on top of the 0.382 Fibonacci level, but as well on top of the EMA ribbon. I think this is very likely to occur, and also very good for the overall uptrend of Polkadot. And it has been performing absolutely amazing compared to Bitcoin. This 90% increase in its price action during the past couple of weeks has been, personally, I think, something very good, because also this means that eventually we will see a major breakout on the Polkadot price action, and I think Polkadot has still a very long way to go. So this looks very good if you ask me. So lastly, I wanted to discuss the MACD on the daily time frame compared to Bitcoin. I would like to say that we saw this crossover on Sunday, and afterwards we saw this major momentum towards the upside occur. We saw as well that breakout that we were discussing just earlier, and right now we have still a major movement towards the upside of upward momentum. The only thing that concerns me is actually that we are already quite high on the MACD spectrum. We might perhaps see a major decline afterwards due to the fact that we actually experienced that as well before, so that could perhaps happen once again. But right now it's looking very healthy to me, and I think the way we will be going right now during the upcoming week is actually towards the upside instead of towards the downside, and I think that the strength will still increase during the upcoming days. So let's get further to take a look at the Polkadot compared to USD chart. But before doing so, I would highly appreciate if you could follow me as well on Twitter. I post a lot of fun tweets, and as also I will keep you up to date about all my videos at Toro Crypto on Twitter. It will be highly appreciated. Thank you very much. So if we take a closer look on the Polkadot compared to US dollar chart, I haven't drawn a Fibonacci retracement there, but what I would like to place actually is this trend line. And this ascending trend line can be clearly seen on the 4-hourly time frame. I will also draw it on the 4-hourly time frame, but as you can see, I have already drawn it like I actually wanted this to be. But you can clearly see that we have seen a touch point at the beginning of this trend line. Afterwards, we saw a major increase in its Polkadot's price action, but we did not see any touch points with this trend line. But right now we have seen two major touch points confirming this upward trend and actually confirming this ascending support line, because we do have 3 touch points right now. So this is for me right now for sure a stronghold for the upcoming days. So if we see a decline in Polkadot's price action, I think for sure we will find a major level of support on top of this ascending support, perhaps finding retesting is this level before heading even further, but you never know. And what I think is very good to know is that if we break out towards the downside, we still have this as its major stronghold. So that is for sure something I wanted to talk about. And also, once again, the EMA ribbon. If you take a look at the EMA ribbon right now, what you're seeing is that we see exactly the same pattern playing itself out. We found support twice already on this ascending support line. Afterwards we broke out towards the upside before we were right now perhaps once again getting supported by the EMA ribbon. So the EMA ribbon is not looking very spectacular to me, but for sure will be serving as a major level of support as well. And also, what I would like to take a look at is actually the MACD. So the MACD on the 4-hourly time frame is looking quite negative to me, and that is also why I think that we might perhaps see a retest of the ascending support line, and that is because we will be heading towards a crossover on the MACD. I think this is very likely to occur, and that will perhaps have enough impact on the price action of Polkadot to see a retest of this ascending support before heading even further. So this is of course on the 4-hourly time frame. If we take a look at the daily time frame, you can clearly see that we experienced a crossover yesterday, and that we have seen since then a major spike and increase in Polkadot's price action. This perhaps might have even more influence than the 4-hourly time frame. So this is also given me a confirmation that if we see a decline in Polkadot's price action, it won't be very severe. We will be finding support on top of the EMA ribbon, and otherwise we will for sure find support on top of this ascending support line. So personally right now I don't think it is very likely that we will see a major drop of, let's say, 20%. I think that is just absolutely extreme, and that won't occur right now on Polkadot's price action. I think that it will be more likely that we will see a major increase during the upcoming days. And what I would like to discuss is actually this over here. So if you ask me, what we are clearly seeing is actually right now, after this major moment towards the upside, we are forming a small type of bull flag. This bull flag will potentially break towards the upside, and that is also why I would like to draw this parallel channel. I will be placing it from this point on, just like that, all the way towards the upside to see what the possible bull flag is going to be, and the eventual breakout towards the upside. So if we see a breakout above this horizontal level of resistance, that can be clearly seen because these two candles were not able to break above this horizontal level of resistance. Only the wicks did, and the bodies of the candle actually closed right underneath this level of resistance. I think this for sure is a stronghold, and if we are able to break above it, we might perhaps see once again a major increase in Polkadot's price action, increase that could possibly be measured just like this. I will be measuring it from beginning from this uptrend all the way towards the middle of the bull flag that we're currently experiencing. So that would be looking something similar to this. And what I think is very likely to occur, that if we see Polkadot continue being able to accumulate even more inside of this parallel channel, creating a even more significant bull flag, that we might perhaps see a major increase in Polkadot's price action. And this increase would be an increase of approximately 18% towards the upside. I think if this doesn't occur, we might start creating another type of pattern, perhaps seeing a type of ascending triangle starting to get created, or perhaps a symmetrical triangle. But right now, if we see a breakout occur above this horizontal level of resistance, I am very bullish, and I think we will see eventually a major breakout of Polkadot. We will be heading all the way towards the $37.34, and that is something I think is very good to know. Also, why I think this might not occur is due to the fact that if we take a look at the relative strength index, we are seeing that we are heading towards the upper part of the RSI, and most of the times when we break above the dotted line on the upper part, we are heading straight back down afterwards. So eventually I think this will have even more influence on the price action, so the uptrend won't be continuing itself, and perhaps we might be seeing another type of pattern forming itself. So this was a bull flag that has a potential to break out towards the $37 level, but let's say this doesn't occur, and if we place a triangle, for example, I know this symmetrical triangle won't be a confirmed pattern due to the fact that we are not seeing any type of price action. We might place it just like this, but you could also consider this symmetrical triangle to play itself out during the upcoming day. So right now I won't be giving any type of price predictions other than what I did before towards the $37 level if we see a breakout occur above that horizontal level of resistance of the bull flag. But I personally think that won't occur due to the fact that we are seeing a RSI heading towards the overbought area and perhaps getting straight back down, and that momentum will also affect the price action of Polkadot, but as well due to the fact that the MACD on the 4-hourly time frame is clearly seeing a crossover as well occur during the upcoming days, and that might perhaps have a lot of influence as well. For sure, what I think is very important to know is that if we see that breakout toward the $37 occur, I personally think that afterwards we will be heading towards this ascending support line, due to the fact that would be a very healthy step for Polkadot to just continue this uptrend and retesting this level of ascending support. If you like this content so far, do not forget to give a thumbs up down below in the video, and if you would like to buy Polkadot, do not forget to also use the links down below in the description, so you can be able to earn up to $1,610 deposit bonus on bybit, and also up to $2,000 deposit bonus on Femex. That will be highly appreciated, and you will be supporting the channel by doing so. Lastly, what I would like to discuss is actually the daily time frame on the US dollar chart, and what I would like to show you is actually something I think is very important to take a look at, and those are the moving averages. And if we take a look at the moving averages, we can clearly see that we are seeing a crossover occur right now. The 50-day moving average is crossing over the 100 and 200-day moving average. This also had a potential increase in the previous action towards the upside, but I think this is also a major crossover that will serve for the upcoming weeks as a major level of support underneath us, and as well right now might give Polkadot that extra strength needed to break outside of the bull flag and perhaps head towards the $37 level. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day.
Now I'm out on one edge. Used to trade centralized, now we on the fun shit. I'm the new Warren Big, leadership's nemesis. When we go to